Welcome back to part 3 of our series on learning common phrases in English for communication. I hope this video will continue to provide you with valuable knowledge and help improve your vocabulary. Let's get started. Drive at, to suggest or imply something without stating it directly. Example, I'm not sure what she's driving at, but I think she wants me to apologize. Drop in at somebody's house, to visit someone without prior arrangement. Example, I thought I'd drop in at my friend's house to see how she's doing. Drop off, to leave something or someone at a particular place. Example, I need to drop off this package at the post office before it closes. Drop out of school, to leave school before finishing your studies. Example, he decided to drop out of school and pursue his passion for music. End up, to eventually reach or arrive at a particular place or situation, often unexpectedly. Example, we got lost on our way to the museum and ended up at the park instead. Eat up, to finish all the food that is on your plate or in a particular dish. Example, she always tells her children to eat up their vegetables. Eat out, to eat a meal at a restaurant or other dining establishment. Example, we decided to eat out at our favorite Italian restaurant for our anniversary. Face up to confront and deal with a difficult situation or problem. Example, she finally faced up to her addiction and sought help. Fall back on, to rely on something as a backup or last resort. Example, if the new business venture doesn't work out, he can always fall back on his previous job. Fall in with, to become friendly or associated with a particular group or person. Example, he fell in with a group of musicians and started playing with them regularly. Fall behind, to fail to keep up with something or someone. Example, he fell behind in his studies after missing a week of classes. Fall through, to fail to materialize or be completed as planned. Example, the deal fell through at the last minute due to unexpected complications. Fall off, to decrease in quantity or quality. Example, sales have fallen off since the new product was introduced. Fall down, to fail or be deficient in a particular aspect or area. Example, the company's customer service department fell down in resolving complaints. Fell up to be capable of doing something. Example, I don't think I'm up to the challenge of climbing that mountain. Fill in, to provide information or details that are missing. Example, could you fill in the missing dates on this form? Fill up with, to become full or crowded with something. Example, the parking lot filled up with cars quickly on the first day of the sale. Fill out, to complete a form or document with the required information. Example, please fill out this application form and submit it to the HR department. Fill in for, to substitute for someone who is absent or unable to perform their duties. Example, he had to fill in for his boss while she was on vacation. Find out, to discover information or facts. Example, she was shocked to find out that her best friend had been keeping a secret from her. Get through to somebody, to successfully communicate with someone, especially when it is difficult. Example, I've been trying to get through to my friend on the phone, but the line is busy. Get through, to finish something, especially a task or a difficult period of time. Example, I can't wait to get through this pile of work so I can take a break. Get into, to become interested or involved in something. Example, I've never been into sports, but I'm starting to get into basketball. Get in, to enter a place or a vehicle. Example, we need to get in the car and go to the airport. Get off, to leave a vehicle or a mode of transportation. Example, I got off the bus at the wrong stop and had to walk back. Get out of, to escape or avoid a situation or responsibility. Example, he's always trying to get out of doing his homework. Get down, to lower oneself physically or emotionally. Example, I felt so sad that I had to get down on the ground and cry. Get somebody down, to make someone feel sad or discouraged. Example, his negative attitude is really getting me down. Get down to doing, to start doing something seriously or with focus. Example, we need to get down to writing this report if we want to finish it on time. Get to doing, to start doing something. Example, I finally got to cleaning my room after putting it off for weeks. Get round, to doing, to persuade someone to do something. Example, I managed to get around my boss to let me take some time off work. Get something across, to communicate something successfully. Example, I hope I was able to get my point across in that meeting. Get back, to return to a place. Example, we need to get back home before it gets dark. Get up, to rise from a lying or sitting position. Example, I usually get up at 6 a.m. every day. Get ahead, to make progress or be successful in a career or endeavor. Example, she's been working hard to get ahead in her job. Get away with, to escape punishment for something. Example, I can't believe he got away with cheating on the test. Get over, to recover from an illness or an emotional trauma. Example, it took me a while to get over the flu, but I finally feel better. Get on one's nerves, to annoy or irritate someone. Example, her constant talking really gets on my nerves. Give away, to give something to someone for free or as a gift. Example, she decided to give away all her old clothes to charity. Give something back, to return something to its owner. Example, I need to give this book back to the library before it's due. Give in, to surrender or yield to something. Example, she didn't want to argue anymore, so she gave in and apologized. Give way to yield or submit to something. Example, I couldn't resist the temptation and gave way to eating that chocolate cake. Give up, to quit or stop doing something. Example, he gave up smoking last year and feels much healthier now. Give out, to distribute or hand out something. Example, she gave out flyers for the charity event on the street. Give off, to emit or produce something, such as heat or odor. Example, the stove is giving off a lot of heat. Go out, to leave one's home or a building for a social event or a night out. Example, let's go out to eat tonight instead of staying in. Go out with, to date someone romantically. Example, she's been going out with her boyfriend for 2 years. Go through, to experience or endure something difficult or unpleasant. Example, I had to go through a lot of therapy after my accident. Go through with, to carry out or complete something despite obstacles or reluctance. Example, she was nervous, but decided to go through with the surgery. Go for, to choose or prefer something. Example, I think I'll go for the fish instead of the steak. Go in for, to have a strong interest in or be attracted to something. Example, she really goes in for vintage clothing. Go with, to match or complement something. Example, the blue tie goes well with your shirt. Go without, to live or do something without something else that is usually necessary or desirable. Example, we had to go without electricity for a few days after the storm. Go off, to explode or make a loud noise suddenly. Example, the fireworks went off with a loud bang. Go off with, to leave with someone, often romantically. Example, he went off with his ex-girlfriend and never came back. Go ahead, to proceed or continue with something. Example, the boss gave the green light to go ahead with the project. Go back on one's word, to break a promise or a commitment. Example, he went back on his word and didn't show up to the meeting. Go down with, to become sick with a particular illness. Example, she went down with a bad case of the flu. Go over, to review or examine something carefully. Example, let's go over the details of the project again. Go up, to increase in amount or value. Example, the price of gas has gone up again. Go into, to enter or investigate a particular topic or profession. Example, she decided to go into medicine and become a doctor. Go away, to leave or depart from a place. Example, I'm going away on vacation for a week. Go round, to visit or stop by a particular place or person. Example, let's go round to your friend's house and see if she's home. Go on, to continue or proceed with something. Example, he kept going on about his new job. Grow out of, to outgrow something, such as a phase or a habit. Example, he eventually grew out of his love for video games. Grow up, to mature or become an adult. Example, she grew up in a small town and later moved to the city. Hand down to pass on something to someone, usually to the next generation. Example, the antique vase was handed down to her from her grandmother. Hand in, to submit or give something to someone in authority. Example, he handed in his resignation letter to the HR department. Hand back, to return something to its original owner. Example, I'll hand back the book to the library when I'm done. Hand over, to transfer or give someone control or responsibility of something. Example, the CEO handed over the reins of the company to his son. Hand out, to distribute something, usually to a group of people. Example, the teacher handed out the homework assignments to the class. Hang round, to stay or linger in a particular place without a specific purpose. Example, the kids like to hang round the playground after school. Hang on, to wait or hold on to something tightly. Example, please hang on to the railings while you climb up the stairs. Hang up, to end a phone call by placing the receiver on the phone. Example, she hung up the phone before I could finish my sentence. Hang out, to spend time with friends or acquaintances. Example, let's hang out at the mall this weekend. Hold on, to wait or pause for a moment. Example, hold on, I need to grab my keys before we leave. Hold back, to restrain or hold something or someone from moving forward. Example, the police had to hold back the crowd during the protest. Hold up, to support or carry the weight of something. Example, the pillars hold up the roof of the building. Jump at a chance/an opportunity, to eagerly accept or seize an opportunity that presents itself. Example, when he heard about the job opening, he jumped at the chance to apply. Jump at a conclusion, to reach a hasty or premature decision without considering all the facts or evidence. Example, you can't just jump at a conclusion without doing some research first. Jump at an order, to quickly obey or carry out an order given by someone in authority. Example, the soldiers jumped at the order to stand at attention. Jump for joy, to express extreme happiness or excitement, often by jumping up and down. Example, when she got the good news, she jumped for joy. Jump into, out of, to quickly and energetically start or stop doing something. Example, she jumped into the project with enthusiasm, but later decided to jump out of it when she realized it was too much work. Keep away from equals keep off, to avoid or stay away from something or someone. Example, the sign warned visitors to keep away from the edge of the cliff. Keep out of, to avoid getting involved in something. Example, I try to keep out of office politics as much as possible. Keep somebody back from, to prevent someone from advancing or moving forward. Example, the police officer kept the crowd back from the accident scene. Keep somebody from equals stop somebody from, to prevent someone from doing something. Example, the bad weather kept us from going on our trip. Keep somebody together, to help a group of people stay united or cohesive. Example, the team captain tried to keep the players together during a losing streak. Keep up, to maintain or sustain something at a certain level. Example, she tried to keep up her grades by studying every day. Keep up with, to stay current or informed about something. Example, it's hard to keep up with all the changes in technology these days. Keep on, to continue doing something, often despite difficulties or obstacles. Example, she kept on studying even when she felt tired and discouraged. Knock down equals pull down, to demolish or destroy a structure or building. Example, they had to knock down the old building to make way for a new one. Knock out, to render someone unconscious or incapacitated, usually by physical force or a blow to the head. Example, the boxer knocked out his opponent with a powerful punch.